Just continuing, students, PN junction is nothing but when P-type and N-type materials are merged together, the junction formed is known as PN junction. So what is PN junction? This is how you need to answer. Now, PN junction is nothing but when used as a diode, it conducts only in one direction. So theoretically, you should understand like this: PN junction, when P-type and N-type material is merged together, PN junction is formed. Diode is nothing but the device which is made up of PN junction, which conducts only in one direction. So point number 1, you know what is diode, what is PN junction. Next, VI characteristics. VI characteristics. What is VI characteristics? It is a curve obtained when voltage is plotted along x-axis and current is plotted along y-axis. The curve obtained with this condition is known as VI characteristics. That means the graph is plotted for applied voltage. Whatever the voltage has been applied, current which is passing through the diode. So this is how VI characteristics. The curve obtained by plotting voltage along x-axis. What type of voltage? Forward voltage. Forward voltage is a voltage which is measured across the diode. And with respect to current which is plotted along y-axis, where current is the current which is flowing through the diode. So next point, suppose we have not still biased. Biasing is nothing but connecting the external voltage to the PN junction. Now in this condition, P-type and N-type is not at all connected to any voltage externally. So what we can consider, Vin is 0. If applied voltage is 0, naturally what happens? Whatever the PN junction is there, no, across here, there will be barrier potential which acts as a barrier. Barrier means what? It acts like a barricade, because for any current, electron should flow. If there is no biasing, whatever the barrier potential is existing across the PN junction will act like a barrier for flow of any charges. Now you should understand, if PN junction should work, we need to bias it. So there is two types of biasing. One is forward bias, another one is reverse bias. Now you try to understand what is forward bias. Observe here, this is plus, this is minus. So you know that any diode, even if you take the component also, there will be a small silver marking on the diode. Wherever the silver marking is there, that is represented as negative, that is cathode. The end which is, there is no some line or whatever silver line, that is considered as anode. See here, if you see, this positive terminal is connected to what supply? Positive of supply, and the negative is connected to negative. So when P-type is connected to positive and N is connected to negative, we call it as forward bias. So what is forward bias? In the case of forward bias, what happens? As we increase this Vin, as you increase this Vin, what happens? Barrier potential which is existing between P-type and N-type starts reducing. If the barrier potential reduces, naturally there is no barrier between P-type and N-type, majority charge carriers start flowing, which will contribute to the current. And this condition is known as on state. That's all you need to understand. So this is the forward biasing working. What happens during reverse bias reading condition? P-type is connected to negative, N-type should be connected to the positive. Let's check here. So now this is negative. The negative is connected through resistance to positive terminal of the battery, and positive is connected to negative. So in this case, that is reverse bias, what happens? Instead of decreasing the potential barrier, now what happens to potential barrier? Increases. Now you should understand, if the barrier is increasing between P-type and N-type, what happens? Majority charge carrier cannot flow. So there is no current because of majority charge carrier. So we can understand there is no current, and this is considered as off state. But practically we cannot say no current because there will be current because of minority charge carrier. Such current is known as reverse current. So now one thing you should understand, we are biasing to get current. Two types of biasing. This circuit is for forward bias and this circuit is for reverse bias. So this much of theory will help you to answer viva questions which has been answered on, which has been questioned on this experiment. Let's understand forward bias circuit. Simple. Whatever the breadboard you will have, you know that breadboard connections. What is the ground? The extreme down present rows are considered as ground and up can be considered as VCC. So you need a ground point on the breadboard, and that external RPS, whatever that voltage we will be using, there is external voltage in terms of power supply, which can be used to vary the voltage from 0 to 30 volts, have that. So power supply means there will be two knobs, one is positive and negative. So preferably black is always ground. So why I'm telling all these things, because sometimes if you have missed doing the experiment, if you know the theory properly, you can go and perform with this much of logic. And red always determines or always indicates positive terminal. So from the positive terminal connected to resistance 1K, another end of resistance K should go to positive of ammeter, and the negative of ammeter is connected to positive of diode, and negative of diode should be connected to the negative of power supply. At the same time, the negative of battery, I mean to say the negative of this diode should also be connected to the ground point. Connect one voltmeter across the diode, that is positive is connected to positive of the diode, negative of the voltmeter is connected to the negative of diode. Now if you don't have voltmeter and ammeter, you are going to use what? Multimeter. Same way, multimeter also will be having a red and black, where red will indicate the negative and black can indicate black will indicate the negative and red is positive. So this can be, that is this voltmeter and ammeter can be replaced by ammeter also. What happens in reverse bias? Same to same circuit, but we are biasing it in other way. Means what? Positive is connected to negative, negative is connected to the positive, same connection, where we have a voltmeter which is connected across diode. So once forward bias and reverse bias condition is understood, now let's understand what is that readings we are supposed to take. As you know the logic, in the case of forward bias, we should increase V in slowly. So what we will do? Let's increase the readings from 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. And whatever the reading RPS, and record the voltage which is across the diode, which is nothing but VF, where VF is measured in volts. As we change the voltage, record the voltage and record the current which is flowing through the diode, that is IF. Since it is a forward bias, whatever the voltage and current we are going to obtain is forward voltage, forward current. And if you need to have some observation on the readings, initially there will be no changes in the current, that is current will be 0, but after certain point there will be increase in the current. So go back to the theory. Initially when we are increasing the applied voltage, barrier potential will start reducing, but at one particular voltage there will be reduction in barrier potential such a way that current starts increasing. Now this reading you'll plot on the graph. How do you do that? On x-axis take VF, all the VF readings. Over y-axis take all IF reading. See, initially it is 0 because for all first three readings it will be naturally 0. The reading at one point there will be increase in the reading. So if you plot the graph, you will understand there is a point at which there is increase. I think this is the point. So this point will be cut-in voltage. The voltage at which there is increase in the current is known as cut-in voltage. Now how do you plot the readings of reverse bias? Same thing, as you increase the RPS, that is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, record the voltage, reverse voltage, and for the reverse voltage record the current which is flowing through the diode, that is IR recorded. But while plotting the graph, we are going to do that in third quadrant. What do you mean by third quadrant? If this is a graph, first quadrant you are doing it for forward bias, second and third. Why are we choosing third quadrant? Because during reverse bias, voltage applied and current obtained both are negative. So we are using both negative. IR is also along negative axis, VR is also along negative axis. Same, record the VR readings along negative of x-axis and plot the reading of IR along negative y-axis. Initially it will be 0. At one particular point there is sudden increase in the current, but we can say that it is nothing but saturation point. The point at which this condition is happening is known as breakdown voltage. That's all. So when you have to do this experiment, how do you write the presentation when it comes to answer sheet? Aim of the experiment, components, two circuit diagrams and nature of the graph. After the connections, you are going to plot the readings and from the readings, plot the graph. Okay. And if you understand the theory, PN junction, where a junction which is obtained by merging p-type and n-type. Diode is a device which is formed using PN junction which will conduct only in one direction. What is forward bias, what is reverse bias, and what is cut-in voltage, what is breakdown voltage, and during forward bias what is happening, during reverse bias what is happening. This will give you a clear idea of PN junction experiment where you are supposed to plot PN junction diode characteristics.